So, we talk a lot about AI these days. It's in our phones, our cars, our smart speakers. It's pretty much everywhere. But I get the feeling that when most people think of AI, they're picturing either a simple chatbot or, a full-on Skynet situation. The reality, though, is so much more nuanced and way more fascinating than that. It's this quiet, powerful force that's reshaping our world in ways that feel like science fiction. But they're happening right now. And I think that's worth taking a closer look at. Today, we're going to peel back some of those layers. I've got 5 facts about artificial intelligence that I'm willing to bet most of you haven't heard before. This is going to be a good one. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's dive in. All right, first up, let's talk about something we consider uniquely human: creativity, art, music, poetry. These are the things we believe come from the soul, from experience, from emotion. But what if I told you some of the most compelling new art isn't coming from a person at all? We're seeing AI models now that can generate breathtakingly original artwork from a simple text prompt screen recording, typing "astronaut riding a horse on Mars" in the style of Van Gogh's. Result: an instant Van Gogh-style astronaut on Mars. It's not a collage, it's a completely new image synthesized. The big player a lot of people have heard of is DALL-E, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion. These algorithms were trained on billions of images from across the internet. Styles, subjects, visual language. They're not just copying and pasting pixels. They interpret abstract ideas and create something novel. It's one thing to see a machine beat a human at chess, but it's a whole different level to see one create art that makes you feel something. And it's not just visual art. AIVA. Amper music, full orchestral pieces, lo-fi hip-hop beats, cinematic soundtracks. It's a level of digital creativity that's forcing us to ask big questions. Tool, collaborator, artist. Is it sophisticated mimicry or a spark of genuine creativity inside silicon chips? The paintbrush. The piano are no longer exclusively human instruments. Okay, so AI can be creative. That's cool, it's impressive. But what about something with more tangible life or death stakes? This brings us to fact number 2. AI is becoming a powerhouse in the world of healthcare. And in some specific cases, it's already performing better than human doctors. Now, that's a bold statement, I know, but the data is starting to back it up. We're talking about the ability to analyze complex medical information at a scale and speed that is just physically impossible for a person. Think about diagnosing diseases from medical scans, like MRIs, Connecticut scans, or X-rays. A radiologist might look at thousands of these in their career. An AI can be trained on millions of them in a matter of days. It learns to spot the most subtle anomalies, the barely visible patterns that might indicate the early stages of cancer or other conditions. In several studies, AIs have been shown to detect certain types of cancer from mammograms and lung scans, with a higher accuracy rate and fewer false positives than a panel of experienced radiologists. And then you have projects from companies like Google's DeepMind. Their AlphaFold system is a complete game changer. For decades, one of the biggest challenges in biology was predicting how proteins fold into their complex three-dimensional shapes. It was a problem that stumped scientists for 50 years. AlphaFold essentially solved it. It can predict a protein's structure with incredible accuracy, which has massive implications for understanding diseases and designing new drugs to treat them. This is Nobel Prize level stuff being accomplished by an algorithm. This isn't about replacing doctors, it's about building the ultimate assistant. Imagine a doctor armed with their years of experience and intuition, but also having an AI that has reviewed every relevant medical paper ever published and analyzed millions of similar cases. The doctor's office of the future might look very different. So we've seen AI that can create, AI that can diagnose. But how does it get so good at these complex tasks? This leads us to our third fact. It learns from its own mistakes, just like a human. This isn't about just feeding it a huge textbook of information. It's about letting the AI try something, fail, and then figure out on its own how to do better next time. The technical term for this is reinforcement learning. The classic example is teaching an AI to play a video game. You don't program the rules of the game into it. You just give it control, show it the screen, and tell it one thing. Get the highest score possible. At first, the AI is clueless. It just presses buttons randomly. It'll crash the car, fall into the pit, get hit by the enemy. It fails over and over and over again, thousands of times per second. But every time it does something that results in a tiny increase in score, it gets a small reward. Over millions of these trials, the AI starts to connect its actions to those rewards. It learns that turning the wheel this way avoids the wall. It learns that jumping at this specific moment clears the gap. It's not following instructions, it's building its own strategy from scratch through pure trial and error. This is how DeepMind's AlphaGo was able to defeat the world's best Go player. It played millions of games against itself, discovering strategies that no human player had ever even conceived of. This method is incredibly powerful because it can be applied to problems where we don't even know what the perfect solution looks like. It's a slow, repetitive, but incredibly effective way to build intelligence. This one hits a little close to home for anyone who writes, codes, or communicates for a living. AI is now capable of understanding and generating human language and computer language at a level that is frankly mind-blowing. We're talking about models that can write compelling stories, draft professional emails, answer complex questions, write functional computer code. The era of the large language model, or LLM, is officially here. Most of you have probably heard of or even played with ChatGPT. It's the model that really brought this capability into the mainstream. You can ask it to explain quantum computing like you're 5 years old, and it will. You can ask it to write a sonnet about your favorite smartphone, and it will. And the text it produces is coherent, context-aware, and often surprisingly creative. It's able to do this because it's been trained on a colossal amount of text from the internet, absorbing grammar, facts, conversational styles. But it's not just about chatting or writing poems. There are specialized models like GitHub's Copilot, which is powered by an OpenAI model called Codex. This AI acts as a pair programmer for software developers. As you start typing a line of code, it suggests the next line or even entire functions based on context. It's like having a senior developer looking over your shoulder and finishing your sentences for you. It can translate code from one programming language to another and explain what a complex block of code does in plain English. This technology is evolving at an insane pace. Just a few years ago, AI-generated text was clunky and easy to spot. Now it can be difficult to distinguish from human writing. We're at a point where AI can perform logical tasks, master the nuances of language, and the very tool we use to structure our thoughts and share our ideas. Okay, we've arrived at fact number 5. And as I promised, this one is about using all this incredible power for something truly monumental. AI is becoming one of our most important allies in the fight against climate change. This isn't some far-off future idea. It's happening right now, on a global scale. The same kind of complex pattern recognition that helps an AI diagnose a disease can be used to analyze the incredibly complex systems of our planet's climate. For example, AI is being used to create far more accurate weather and climate models. By processing vast amounts of satellite data, ocean sensor readings, historical weather patterns, these models can predict extreme weather events like hurricanes, heat waves. This gives communities more time to prepare, which saves lives. AIs are also helping scientists identify tipping points in the climate system that might have been missed by traditional analysis. But it's not just about prediction, it's also about action. AI is a master of optimization, and that's critical for our energy systems. Google, for instance, has used its DeepMind AI to optimize the cooling systems in its massive data centers, cutting their energy usage by a whopping 40%. Now, imagine applying that same logic to national power grids. AI can help balance the fluctuating supply from renewable sources, wind, solar with the demands of the grid, making clean energy more reliable and efficient. Furthermore, AI is accelerating the discovery of new materials that are essential for clean energy technology. The process of finding new materials for better batteries, more efficient solar panels, catalysts for creating clean fuels used to take years of lab work. AI can now simulate molecular interactions and predict the properties of millions of potential materials in a fraction of that time, pointing researchers toward the most promising candidates. It's like having a super intelligent research assistant that can run 1 million experiments at once. It's a powerful, hopeful application of this tech, and one that could genuinely change the course of our future. So there you have it. 5 things that show just how incredibly advanced and integrated AI has become. It's not just a tool, it's a creative partner that can generate art and music. It's a life-saving diagnostic assistant in our hospitals. It's a relentless learner that improves through trial and error. It's a linguistic prodigy that can write stories and code. And maybe most importantly, it's a powerful ally that's helping us tackle one of the biggest challenges humanity has ever faced: climate change. The scope of what this technology is touching is just immense. This is obviously just scratching the surface. The field is moving so fast that there will be 5 more mind-blowing facts to talk about next month. But it's a conversation we need to be having. The more we understand what AI is and what it's capable of, both the good and the potentially problematic, the better we can shape its development to benefit all of us. It's clear that this is more than just the next trend in tech. It's a fundamental shift in how we solve problems and create things. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Was it the art, the medical breakthroughs, or something else? Drop a comment down below and let me know. And if you have any other crazy AI stories or applications you've heard of, share those too. If you enjoyed this and want to keep up with more deep dives into the tech that's shaping our world, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.